All right, so we are live. We are ready to roll. Jason, a man of timing there, just sits down as it's time.
Right when it's starting. That's awesome.
So welcome to the Nerd Herd, everybody. It's been a couple weeks, but we are very, very glad to have you back and to have you joining us and spending your Saturday night with us, talking about who knows what we'll get into this evening.
Oh, that's right.
Jason, what's on the hat?
I was about to say, I think Jason had a plan, but we'll talk about the hat. Talk about the hat first. That's cool.
NP3D hat. That's nice.
The branding on the hat right there.
Yeah, so that's fresh off the press. And when I say fresh, it's still a little warm.
Just got done making that one.
Yeah, just got there. That's why I was saying, give me 1 second. I was in the middle of it, and I wanted to make sure it was done.
That's awesome.
I got my hat here.
And Zach got him one too. I need me one soon. I need to get with you about that.
Yes,
I was gonna wear it, but the second I put it up here, it goes into the background, so doesn't really work too well. But I have it beside me in spirit, so you can know that.
Yeah, I saw it in 2 of your videos. I was like, that is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I've got more to come. I don't think it'll be in the video I've got ready to roll out Monday, which will be the first day of our trip of everything that we did non-Sir Henry's related.
Okay.
And then the second day I wore the hat all day long. So it'll be in that one whenever that comes out, because
you couldn't be the wandering drunken guy with the Dallas hat on, you know.
Correct. They would not let me wear a hat as a part of my costume.
That's funny.
Hey,
that
Scott,
was so cool.
Welcome in. Glad you could join us, even if it's just for a minute. Appreciate you sliding on in here with us.
Sliding on in.
Yep. So, Raymond, you had regular school this week.
Right? I did. But I got 1 day off because of snow. So, and then we had President's Day too. So really, I had 2 days off this week. So I got a mini break.
You got a 3-day week.
Not like you guys, full week, but got a little mini break going.
And Jason, you spent 4 days at Universal or 5?
Yeah, 4 days. It was awesome. I mean, we really put a lot in those 4 days. But like it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Did y'all do Universal and Disney, or just Universal? Like where did y'all go?
We didn't do Disney this time. All we did was Universal. They had Mardi Gras this week, so we did Mardi Gras.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, we thought about doing one of the other parks. We did go to Disney Springs, however. So I did a really crappy job. Zach, you're going to be really embarrassed when I do put the video up of my job. So I didn't end the video when I was done videoing. I didn't finish I didn't segment it up because like I was just hanging out with my buddy Jesse and his family and kids. And I think I was just videoing here and there. So I don't even know what I've got actually. I've got some bits and pieces. So it's like, you know, you start a vlog and you have a starting, you take them around, you show them stuff, and then you end that day and then you start something else the next day. Bro, I didn't do any of that. I mean, it's little bits and pieces of everything. So I may just be like just a highlight of the whole thing with some voiceover. I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, and a lot of my vlogs, especially when we're on vacation and stuff, I never really know when I'm going to be ending it for the day. So that's when, you know, I'll pop in with my, hey, everybody, future Zach here to close it out.
I know. I need to, while we're on here, I need to get onto my TikTok and put on there that we're actually on Coker Culture.
Woo-hoo.
I need to do that. I need to put it out there. I've not done that the last couple times. I need to do that. So y'all do your thing, and I'm gonna post a little video here while you're doing your thing.
Azkhalon, I know you were busy earlier, so you didn't get to take a look into it, but Jason and I were talking back and forth, and Scott, who's on here, he's one of the folks that uses StreamYard with his lives, and so you know, I just kind of put it into the chat to see if we maybe, you know, down the road or whenever want to look into upgrading our StreamYard to just their basic plan.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, because if we do, then we can stream the live, not just from my channel, but it'll be shown live on your channel and Jason's channel all simultaneously. So it doesn't matter if they come to me or you or Jason, they're all going to be here. And I'm pretty sure the chat from all three channels consolidates into just the one chat that we see over here as well. So it's hard to keep up with. Let's see. Scott's talking about it over here. So yeah, we can all stream at the same time.
That's really cool.
Yep, and we can all see the chat. So it may have that benefit. It's just something we'll have to talk about and see if we want to go in on. But we could rotate who's hosting. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I think we'll find out if we get there. But
so like when the chat comes in and you're hosting, you like you're doing now,
we could all see it, but I guess I'm the only one like right now that has the ability to put it as a banner on the screen.
Okay.
To bring to our attention. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I said this off screen, but I'll say it on screen now. Mentally, I am still here. I am still at Sir Henry's because we were there for 2 days. And like Jason said, with his 4-day trip down there, Chad and I packed in so much stuff in just the 2 full days that we were down there. And so since we've been home, we came home Monday and we've pretty much just been here at the house. We haven't done or gone anywhere. So like that was my break those first 2 days. And so it's like hard to believe that it was just a week ago, right now that I'm playing a drunk in a bar, scaring the bejesus out of people.
You had to recover from losing your voice and those 4 hours spent scaring people.
You have no idea. Like, I think I just got my voice back yesterday. So it has been legitimately a recovery for my voice. It was gone, and I didn't think I was screaming, but I guess I was being loud. Chad didn't have that problem because Chad didn't have to speak.
Yeah, he
was slamming himself into a rail the whole time. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, he was not having to do that.
Wait, has he heard that story yet about your shoulder?
Yeah. He commented on the video saying something about needing ibuprofen.
Yeah, you need some ibuprofen. We're to that point.
My shoulder is fine. The bruise is gone. It feels perfectly fine now.
That's good.
Oh, so Scott says anybody could host, but we'd all have to have the subscription. So we wouldn't want to do that.
So I'm trying to look. Oh, now I can see. Okay, I was in the private chat. So if I'm in a private chat, okay,
the private chat would just be between the 3 of us on there if anything's written.
Oh, so you pop the comments up as you see it, correct?
We should all see them, but I can. I can pop them up onto the screen since I'm the host.
The hostess with the mostest.
Mm-hmm.
So who did your makeup at the thing? I saw that blood and everything. Did you do that or did somebody do it?
I did not do it myself, but like they have, it's certain people there do various different things. Like, I mean, it was one of the high school age girls that did my makeup. And then it was one of the college age girls that did Chad's makeup, even though his wasn't very much. It was just like eye black.
I'm sure
it's hard to get off though, apparently.
I'm sure he hated some girl rubbing on his face and goo goo gaga all over him.
It did not bother him a bit. I mean, he was fully into everything. He was as Chad gets it with everything beforehand. He's like, I'm nervous, because he's just an anxious kid. But then we get there and he realizes what he's going to do. And I'm sure maybe the first or the second time that people were coming by, he was nervous about it. But then, he had a blast. Yeah. You guys know
he got a media pass now. So now he's good.
Yeah, that is so cool.
He's Coker Culture and Media.
If I had one of those boards that you fancy guys have to play noise, I would play a noise right now. But
hold on, see if I got one.
Crickets.
It's gonna be like the.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. I was thinking maybe air horns or something.
I know. I've got some different ones. When we had our podcast, I would put commercials on our podcast, and I would do like little here at so-and-so Dodge Ford, we blah blah blah, and I would already pre-record it, and every so often I would like, this is sponsored by blah blah blah, and I would play the little commercial, and I had like the audio. I would make commercials for my friends. So I missed that podcast. I'm glad we're doing this. It's kind of been good because honestly, I really missed it. I mean, at one point I thought that one was going to really grow. I mean, we were getting pretty decent sized numbers, and I don't know, like I'm hoping this will grow because I really enjoy it.
Yeah, this is something fun to look forward to. That's for sure. I like knowing that we got the Nerd Herd going on.
That's next. Nerd Herd hats are coming next.
Nerd Herd hats, baby.
Yep. I played around with it. Like I said, when I came up with this one, this is actually iteration 2. Okay. Iteration 1. I'll show you. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'll show you the.
You mean gotta get some sort of like steer thing or something to put on there, Nerd Herd. Like
Jason just needs to have all this stuff at arm's length when we go live. Like I got my mask.
If his desk is anything like mine, he probably can't have a whole lot of.
So this was the first iteration. I used a different font, but it was kind of like it was too. You couldn't see the end very good, so I switched it up.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean,
I like that really better. Good. The first one was too like Empire from like Star Wars or something, like or the First Order. Yeah, that one's kind of First Ordery a little bit. Yeah, I like the fun on the hat better.
Yeah, and eventually I'm not going to do it on this. Like eventually, this is going to be I'm going to do an outline and cut all of this out. It'll just be a circle, but I'm going to make it much bigger. But because I wanted a patch that had the red cut out, I used one of these. But the next one I'm going to do is going to be just the circular part, and it'll be cut out. But I'm going to make it bigger.
So my Sir Henry's Media Pass announcement is not the only channel announcement that I've got to let you guys in on over the course of this past week.
Okay.
Because I got another first is going to be happening here relatively soon, and it caught me off guard. But this time last week, I know Azkhalon and I were texting back. I don't remember, Jason, if you and I were about this, but I put out the video of us tinkering around with the MetaQuest, our VR headset, and that video did some numbers.
Yeah, you got some good amount of views on that one.
For the channel. It's over 700 views, which I know to some people is chunk change.
That's awesome.
How
many videos have you got ads that have 100 or 75, 80 views on?
A lot.
I got a lot of those. So 700 is massive.
Yeah, 700 is awesome.
So you better follow up on that, Zach.
Well,
and make a follow-up video to that.
That's where the announcement is.
Okay, let's hear it.
I had a company contact me.
Shut up.
And they asked if we would test and review their product. And so I'm waiting for that to come in. They're sending it out to me. It's essentially some equipment that goes with the MetaQuest. It's instead of like the padding and stuff that goes on the inside that's just the generic that you get. There's especially made and stuff like that. So when that comes in, I'm going to do an unboxing. I'm going to film how to put it on the MetaQuest, and then I'm going to get some footage of me using it, and then both boys using it.
So that's awesome.
So that they'll get an adults review and then the kid review on both of it. So, and so they're going to At some point when I guess the video goes out, they're going to have a like a code, a Coker culture type code that folks can get discounted
that is so
stuff
cool.
off of their
That's
website.
pretty cool, man.
Look at you. That's awesome.
So I've got
Come on.
the first promotion, I guess, for the channel will be coming up here fairly soon.
Oh,
so,
that's awesome.
That's really cool.
so,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Well,
So
I don't
that was-
necessarily have one of those announcements, but I'm gonna see is that I had a company that I'm working with, two companies actually. I'm working with the leather and the acrylic and things that I'm doing. And so I'm hoping that I'm going to get a couple of those. We've been kind of in talks, and I don't know. I had one of the representatives from Johnson's Plastic reach out to me, and they're a major supplier in the acrylic patches that a lot of these hat companies have started kind of using, like the wood, the metal. And so they sent me a bunch of test materials. And anyway, the guy that I've been working with, I told him about my YouTube channel, and he said, well, hey, get the materials, check it out, and let us talk. And I said, well, okay, so maybe, and that's usually how it happens. You do a video, you show something like you did, Zach, and then you get that company that says, okay, we want to send you something else to try. And that's the whole reason I started all this laser stuff anyway. The brand deals is where the money is. So, Zach, I don't know, did they talk to you about anything? I know they're sending you equipment free, but did they talk to you about anything as far as compensation?
Yeah. For folks that use the code, I think, and purchase stuff,
okay.
You'll get a commission
kickback on. Yeah, we'll get a commission.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be nice. And the company's fairly big, is what it looks like. So
that's awesome.
And their stuff can be bought on Amazon. So I don't know if the code will work through Amazon or if you have to go through their site. But from what it looked like on the website, their prices on the website versus Amazon were the same. So it wouldn't make much of a difference. But yeah, excited. I thought I was going to get that stuff today and be able to film it. But that didn't happen. So hopefully Monday or Tuesday I'll get it. And I may have to put that video out before I finish putting out my Central Florida videos. So we'll see.
I'm going to go back and check. Did you drop any videos this week?
I've been so busy. I think I dropped one, but I got some stuff in the works. I got a few things recorded, so I just got to find the time to edit them. So I'll be working on that some tomorrow.
That's the fun thing, trying to edit everything down.
I think Dixie and I are going to try to go do a Team Rixie video tomorrow. We got a Del Taco that opened up near us.
Hey, now.
We never had it before, so we're thinking about going to try. So I'm going to do a Coca Culture type, maybe vlog video and a review.
Eat something real spicy and not be able to finish it.
Oh, man, no. Oh, let me talk about, I got a story.
I do too.
So I've been trying the different flavors at Wingstop. And so I've gotten all the way up to Atomic, which is their hottest. So I tried that Monday on President's Day on 2 chicken fingers. And I got through a chicken finger and a half. And it wasn't like, I hate food that's like so spicy that you can't really taste it. I could still taste the chicken, but it was really spicy. I paid the price for that over the next couple of days. Like Tuesday, I woke up bad reflux, and like I had to sit for almost an hour before I went to school. And then for the rest of the day, I was fine for the most part. Wednesday, the snow day, I was queasy throughout the whole day. Like that lasted a couple of days. I was finally pretty much back to normal on Thursday, but
welcome to getting older, Azkhalon.
I'm not doing that again. Not that spicy. I love spicy food, but not that spicy.
So
that's hilarious.
So last night, I told you guys, I don't think I've said it here. I went to Days of the Dead here in Atlanta, the horror convention, and I'm at this horror convention, and I'm walking around the vendors, and where do I spend the most of my time with what particular vendor? Hot sauce. The guy it's called Horror Struck Hot Sauce, and he's a local Atlanta guy that grows, all his own plants and, makes his stuff. And so before I even started filming, he had 4 hot sauces there. And so I tried 3 of them. And like this one that I'm holding up is he calls it the East Atlanta Phantom. And it's basically a hot lemon pepper. And so
More
It was
hot lemon
good.
pepper.
Yeah. And
Gotta
so
try it.
I tried it, and then I had already tried this one that he called his devil's backbone.
Oh Lord.
But I know it sounds hot, but he said he models it after Taco Bell's fire sauce.
Okay, yeah.
And that's what I tasted. So it was hot, but not deadly.
Okay.
And then the third one that I tried was it was like a citrusy hot sauce. And so it wasn't super hot, but I didn't care for it. And then the fourth he had was Bela Lugosi's Dead is what it was called. And it had Carolina Reaper in it.
Oh.
And so before I even started filming, I was like, I'm going to try these three, and I'm not going to try that one. And then we're talking back and forth with him on camera, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to film myself trying this Carolina Reaper hot sauce. So I did, and y'all will have that to look forward to. But I also got it, so it was good. So I actually had this and the Devil's Backbone this morning. I made myself a little breakfast burrito and was dipping it in those two, and it was really, really good. But yeah, leave it to me to go to a horror convention and spend most of my time talking about hot sauce.
Oh, that's nice. I was going to tell you too that Chad played it pretty cool. Like I know Chad was very I felt like he was very mature in your last video. I don't know. Like he seems like he's just very chill. Like I know Ty's very excitable. I know it's just because, Chad's older, but he just seems so mellow. Like when those people came up to like talk to him, he wasn't like, he was just so calm in the video. I thought he didn't get scared or anything like that, but I thought he was good on camera.
The first few times, and I've got them all videoed. I think they're all on the channel of every time we've gone to Sir Henry's. And the only time he didn't go with me was the very first.
Yeah.
But in those first few times of him going, he wanted to play tough. He wanted to act tough. And so nothing was going to scare him, regardless of if it actually did or not. This time, the fact that we went there, the night after scare acting, he knew everybody. Yeah. And so I don't think it was one of those things of trying to act tough anymore. It was, I know who this is behind the crazy outfit and the mask. And so he was enjoying it, and he's loving the fact that, who was it that said, Azkhalon, was it you that said you hadn't had a chance to watch that one yet?
Not the one when y'all went back.
Yes.
And I feel bad. I haven't made comments on there, Zach, and I feel bad. Like I'll watch your stuff, and there's times I think instantly I got to say something right then, and then I'm like later, I'm like, holy crap, I didn't leave a comment.
See, that's what Raymond does. Raymond will end up commenting like 6 times before he forgets about it.
So as I'm going through, I gotta say what's on my mind at the time, or I'll forget.
But yeah, the one thing I will say, and I talked to Jess about this when we got back home, that I'm really enjoying about this and going and Chad doing this and getting in with these people is that he does feel like this haunt community, that's his people. He feels comfortable there. He feels welcome there. And so I'm hoping that we lost Azkhalon. I'm hoping that it will kind of bring him out of his shell a little more, because there's still a whole lot of kind of social awkwardness there. With him, and that Ty doesn't have at all.
Ty's a wild man. He's just like, you're in the middle of talking, he's just munching, and just if something hits him, he talks. I love it though. I love it. Like that's one thing that I enjoy. I don't know, like I don't know if we mentioned he's coming back.
Something happened. I don't know. My internet's working. I don't know what just happened, but I got
just quit on us. Like it was like I felt like I was having flashbacks from last week when I couldn't get in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was like there, and then all of a sudden it was like something was wrong.
I was like, we lost Azkhalon.
Yes, but
and I was like, let me stop talking because I don't know if they can hear me. Like I was like not there, and you can still hear my voice.
No. No, we were just saying that Chad did a really good job in the video. He was real chill and I guess kids in general, they know how they act with you, but those social interactions with strangers can be a little difficult with adults. Now, maybe not with kids so much, but like adults, especially in that type of situation. I still thought he did really well though. But
Thank you.
I don't know. He gets more and more comfortable with the stuff as he goes.
I was about to say I can definitely see that he's getting a lot more comfortable being on camera and helping you with the vlogs and stuff. So
yeah, hopefully y'all will continue to see that in these next couple of videos where we're not at Sir Henry's, and so we're eating or we're going to places and I'm talking about stuff, because he did pretty well speaking up. And if it's something he's excited about, or, if he's happy and in a good mood, then he tends to be really good about wanting to, speak up and say stuff. Now, the next time that we decide to head down there, and I'm not going to give away when that is just yet, because Sir Henry's they've got a big announcement that they've yet to make. But I think we're bringing Ty. And
okay.
So keep your fingers crossed, because I don't know how that's gonna go. Because Ty is Ty.
Ty is Ty.
Ty is Ty.
We need to get that on a hat. Dixie will buy that one.
That needs to be a Coker Culture shirt that just says, "Are you a Ty?"
Are you a Ty? Oh, Dixie would love that.
Or like runs on Ty energy. But because Chad he'll want to scare act the whole time. I know for a fact. Like, as much as he enjoyed interacting with those folks, I think he would have rather been scare acting both nights. Yeah. And as much as I would like to scare act the whole time, I also feel like I'm doing myself a disservice if I don't film from the guest point of view as well.
Yeah.
And going forward, if I'm able to do both like a media night, since I'm on the media list now, and then go back as a guest on another time, and scare act, then maybe that'll cover both things, and Chad can just scare act as much as he wants there. But
yeah,
we'll see. So I have not talked to Ty about this yet. But it's just a matter of, we just kind of felt bad leaving him at home, but we knew he had no interest. And the next time we go, we're hoping to include a day at Universal, so that the boys, we've kind of talked about, so that they can say goodbye to Rip Ride Rocket.
Good riddance.
Yeah, I know most people feel that way. I feel that way.
It's such a rough ride, Zach.
Oh, yeah,
especially since they took pretty much all the songs off of it. It's not even worth it.
Oh yeah, that was the only reason to ride it.
Chad really enjoys it, and maybe it's because he's so small that it doesn't do anything to him. And then for when we had our passes and we're going all the time, Ty had never hit that magical 51 inches of being, or 52 inches of being tall enough, and now he's up to like 56. So there's nothing at Universal at all. Like, he could do Hulk now,
nice.
If he wanted to.
That's a good one.
So yeah, so that's something that we wanted to go back so that he could actually get his first ride on there, so he can actually say he rode it before it goes away. But yeah, so I'll talk more in detail about that kind of stuff once Sir Henry's comes out with their announcement, because I don't want to give anything away, because I don't think they're going to say anything. I think they said they would make an announcement in March.
Okay.
And I don't know further than that, but
that's cool.
Jason, what are you doing?
I was trying to capture our screen and put another thing on my TikTok.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's been filming TikToks and various things while we're on this stream. But that'll be really cool if Chad gets the scare act and you film him during the media day. That would be really cool. Right. Now, capture footage of him scaring.
Now, what I will say is, the way that they go about their media and allowing media to film, it's a front-facing camera. So like the whole time, you're not really seeing the trail. You're seeing my reactions to stuff on the trail.
Okay.
But yeah, you would know it's Chad, because he's going to jump out and say something specific to me. or same with Ty, they're going to have to give Ty something easy. Because if you give, like with mine, I was able to ad lib, the whole time. So
Yeah.
I'm saying something different to every single person. Like it would, and I chose to be funny. Like I'm going to scare you with my initial jump out and surprise.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to say, I'm hoping that you're walking out cracking up a little bit, because the rest of the trail that I found out the next night, because obviously I didn't know till I walked it. Our trail was scary, like scary.
That's
so
really cool.
I was really, really glad that I went on the comedy side of things to give like one laugh and make you feel a little vulnerable that way. And then you go out, because I was saying stuff like, I don't know about you, but I'd rather be drunk than dead. I had two guys give me fist bumps. Like after saying that, I had one guy that had already walked out of the bar that turned back around, walked back into the bar, and goes, "My man." After I said that, and I'm like, "All right, here we go."
Wait, did you? So your actor just a drunk dead guy, or just a drunk?
I was a drunk, but I was not dead. So I was I because of my blood and stuff, I'd obviously been attacked.
Yeah, you got in a bar fight.
I've made it to the bar, and the bar is safe haven. So I've made it here. I'm safe, and I'm drinking my worries away. So
I love it. It's better to be drunk
than dead. Like I had several folks that were like, "That's a good motto," and I'm like, "Well, okay. I mean, I don't drink, but if you want to take that motto up as your own, feel free."
I think maybe if we were in a zombie apocalypse, you might have you a little reprieve. You never know.
No, you got to keep your wits about you though in the zombie apocalypse.
This is true.
Depends on how fast they move. If it's a slow moving one,
yeah, we don't know the train to Basan or Basane or whatever that is. That's not the kind of train. That's not the kind of zombie movie you want to be intoxicated.
No, I haven't seen that one. That one's been on my list for years, but I haven't seen it.
I'm
thinking World War Z type.
World War Z zombies are the best.
Those zombies are crazy. They can stack up on top of each other.
You can't touch Korean zombies.
Okay, I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that one.
It's way different. Like they are so agile. It's like, I don't know, like they freak me out. They were better than 28 days later. 28 days later. Lord,
28 years is the one that's about to come.
Yeah, they got a new one coming out soon. I can't wait for that one, because I love the first one. The second one was decent.
Hello. He goes, hello, and all those people on the pews, they go, oh my gosh, so bad.
I need to watch the first two again before that.
Yes, I may watch them again tonight. I may get on there and watch them tonight.
I'm too tired tonight. I'm gonna.
Jess doesn't do scary movies, so
she doesn't.
No, that's one of those things I have to do on my. That's why I went to the horror convention by myself. She could have even gone for free. Like they have free first responders tickets. And so with her being in the medical field and her badge, she could have gotten in for free. And she's like, no, why don't you just go ahead by yourself?
Yeah, Dixie will watch scary movies with me. Now getting her to play video games, that's a different story.
Yeah. Do you remember Silent Hill? Did you ever play that game?
Yeah, I played a little bit of the second one. I want to go back and play the first two. I haven't played the remake yet either of the second game.
Yeah, that's a good one. Those were super scary. A lot of fun. Like, and I will tell you a game that was really scary to me. I played it with my son Joshua. Was a Slenderman.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's where you collect the pages or whatever.
Yeah, and you have like the flashlight and all that stuff.
Yeah, I used to. I'll go ahead. Zay.
That was Five Nights at Freddy's before Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah,
we would not have Five Nights at Freddy's without Slenderman,
because that was one you had to survive until dawn too, right?
Oh yeah, we would play with the lights out. Joshua and his little best friend when they were little, and I actually have YouTube videos of this back in the day, of different channel that I had. I used to have a couple of different channels that I did with Joshua, and those just never took. And like I said, he wanted to do YouTube, but he wanted me to edit all the videos. So I would do he wouldn't want to throw me an hour and a half video and say, Dad, can you edit all these? I was like, no, I don't want to watch. I don't want to edit 2 hours of your video game. Now, thinking back, maybe if I had done that, he would have gotten huge, and then I'd just been his editor.
Oh yeah,
bad, you know.
You never know.
You don't know.
Yeah, you never know till you put it out there. I used to play this game series, Fatal Frame. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's Asian horror, with the camera and you capture the ghost. I remember I rented that in high school and I took the first game back the next day because it was so scary. But I finally sat down with a buddy of mine and we played through the first game, and I've played through most of the second game. I need to beat that one day, but that's a really cool horror series. I enjoy that one.
Yeah, well, y'all know me. It takes a lot to bring me back to the table to play something nowadays, because that means I'm either A, having to wrestle it away from the boys, or B, I'm staying up late past my bedtime to play something.
And I'll text Zach at like 12:15 at night, and my wife goes, "Did you just text him?" I'm like, "Yeah, he won't see it till tomorrow." And I said, he's not the kind of guy that hears his phone go off and checks it. But I'll be up till 1:15, 1:30. I'll send Zach a text. I'm like, "What do you think of this?" He's like, "Yeah, he's not answering that." He's been asleep since 9:15.
At least you know when to expect it. But when Killer Frequency came out, there was something about that game that I was like, okay, I have to play this. Like, this is
finish that one.
Yeah. I
haven't finished it.
Had to play that start to finish, and glad I did. And I don't know what will be that for me next. My buddy Pops Arcade, who used to run his own horror channel on YouTube, has gotten into indie horror development. And so he's putting out his second game here in March.
I saw the trailer.
He posted the third pig. So that will be added to the Coker wish list, and I will play that for sure. But again, that's going to be on here. That'll be on the laptop. I don't think that one's going to be on console. If it is, I'll have to look, because I'd much rather play it on console. But if I've got to play it on the laptop, I will.
Yeah, I saw it's going to definitely be in Steam. I didn't know that was his second game.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he put out a short one a year, maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
Called, I want to say it was like the Red Ring or something like that. I'm not remembering off the top, but he's done at least one other thing. And I know that the quality of the people he works with are going to be really good, just from his time in the indie playing days. Like, he voice acted a lot of stuff himself in other people's games. So I'm excited for that and excited for him, because Pops is in our age bracket too. So look, he's in mine and your age.
Our too. I was watching. I think I was watching somebody, maybe Cub Scouts or Corey Kenshin or something, play an indie horror game, and I saw Pops Arcade. He was one of the voice actors, and I can't remember the game. It was a few days ago. I'm trying to think what I've seen recently, but yeah, I did see that he does voice acting too. So that's really cool. Yeah, and I like that spin on the Three Little Pigs or whatever. So that's going to be interesting.
And the preview didn't give too much away.
Yeah,
which I like seeing too. So
I forget what movie I don't know if we talked about it last week, but there was a movie about the guys that it's I think it's going to end up being a vampire movie, but it was it was like a bunch of people dancing in a barn, and somebody kind of knocks on the doors or comes up, and I can't remember what it is. It's got
that Michael B. Jordan one. Yeah, he's playing the twins. What's the name of that movie? But yeah, that one looks really good.
But I feel like they gave too much away. The first preview was really subtle.
Yes,
this is going to be crazy good. I wonder what it is. And then the second teaser I saw was like, you could tell, well, this must be some type of vampire thing. And I was like, that made me so mad.
I was kind of getting vampire vibes from the first trailer, but I still wasn't sure. And then, the second one, it's like, and it's obvious who's going to become one too. and something happens to one of the twin brothers. So I'm really hoping, the ending and everything is.
Well, I'm a huge
totally
Michael B. Jordan
unexpected.
fan anyway, so I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But, I'm hoping it's really cool. But I don't know. I thought that was really well. Like I said, they ruined it though. I hate when they give too much away in the trailer. That makes me
Yeah.
so mad.
Like the less I know about a movie going in, the happier I am about it. Because we live in a day and age where you can't avoid trailers anymore. Like you're gonna see these previews, you're gonna see trailers. Like there's just no way whatsoever of avoiding it unless you're like Ty, who he's not going to see movie previews. It's just not going to come across his stuff by playing Roblox and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we went and saw Captain America earlier this week.
Okay, yeah, I saw it too.
Ty
Was it good? Was it good?
I liked it. Very good. Ty had no clue the Red Hulk was in it. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Until we get there, and I'm taking a picture of them with like the poster, and he sees the Red Hulk fist, and he's like, "Red Hulk's in this," and I'm like, "How have you not seen?"
They don't see anything.
They everywhere.
They don't see anything. Yeah. It says I don't get trailers in my algorithm.
I do. I get a bunch of trailers.
Oh yeah, I get trailers anytime I get on YouTube to watch stuff.
Yeah. Zach, do you want to talk about this?
Do you want to talk about that, Jason?
Well, I kind of do. Okay, so for those of you that are of Disney fans or Universal fans, there's a guy that's been doing videos where he goes out and goes to the parks and kind of reviews Disney Springs, Disney parks, Universal. But he started out 10 years ago with his wife. Things got sideways and I guess they broke apart, and then he started doing it on his own and moved from Pennsylvania down to Florida, started doing like daily things, but I don't know. He probably was working just part-time jobs and then going to the parks on his days off and going and doing stuff. But then all of a sudden he just blew up. People, and he's a unique guy. He's funny. He's very family friendly. I mean, he'll have a drink on his thing when he does reviews on foods and stuff in the parks, but it's so funny. Like he's such a off the wall kind of a guy. Like, I don't know, like Zach, how do you, so like he starts a video and he's almost childlike, but in a good way,
in a great way.
It's like, yeah, so he does videos, and my wife and I, we love him. We watch videos on him, and and here's the thing. He's not doing anything more than what Zach or I do. He goes to things and he's like, he talks about things, but he has these little funny sayings and things he does. He's always spilling stuff on himself when he bites into things, which I think's hilarious.
Because that's what we do.
He's a bigger guy. He's always sweaty. He's like, me and Zach, we'll go to the parks and we're like sweaty. Our hats are sweaty, whatever. But anyway, he's just a funny guy. Well, we've been following and watching videos. Well, last time we were at Epcot for the Food and Wine Festival. Sarah and Joshua saw Paging Mr. Morrow. It's from Tomorrowland on the ride. I guess there's some way Zach could explain it, but someone says Paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow, whatever. So he kind of got it. Mover. Yeah, on the People Mover. And and so he took his name from that, and he's just huge. He's what I say, he's less than 300,000 subs on YouTube, but I mean, everybody loves this guy, and he's so likable. Anyway.
And Greg throwing this on here about
some
seaweed. I got the chance to hang out with Greg and Ryan again while I was down there. We hung out at Trader Sam's. My first time ever going to Trader Sam's at the Polynesian, so that'll be a part of one of our videos coming up. But I know that they're friends with Nate, and Ryan in talking with him, about Nate, because he knows how much Jess and I, especially Jess, love Nate and just, would love to meet. And he goes, out of everybody, he said, everybody that's got a channel You know, a lot of folks turn themselves up, and who you see on video is not who they are in real life.
Yeah.
And he goes, Nate is who he is.
1000%.
That he goes, there's no making it up. He goes, you're going to see trolls all over everywhere making fun of people or trying to tear people down. He goes, you're not going to find that for Nate. People are not people.
That's
people
awesome.
love. He's just a happy guy. And he said, what are they going to make fun of him about? Like the stuff that they would make fun of him about, he makes fun of himself. You know, his whole
For sure.
I'm bald, or you know,
he's like, I'm bald. Oh, what? Look at this. I'm bald. So what's funny is Sarah tells me all the time. She's like, you do realize that you and Nate could probably be like brothers, the way y'all look, because we do look a lot alike. And when you saw the picture on my Instagram, it's crazy how much the similarities of us are. But anyway, so I
just
met him.
The second y'all open your mouths, then all similarity goes out.
Yeah, it's true. So we ran across him at Epcot. Josh was like, hey, Dad, isn't that the guy? He told my wife, Sarah, he goes, isn't that guy that y'all watch? And Sarah goes, yes, we've got to go get him. I don't know if Sarah went and got him or Josh went and got him. He said, my dad has to meet you. And then we got to have an interaction with him. And I got it on video. I've not even posted the video, posted the picture. But anyway, this time we were going down to Universal, and Sarah goes, you know, I haven't seen any videos of Nate in a few days where he is. It's a good chance we could run into him while we're down here. And I was like, there's no way. Because, I thought Zach will get to see him next, I'm sure. And then we were leaving, and Sarah wanted to go by the pin store to do some pin trading at one of the stores there that she could get some of the ones that she was didn't have all the pins for sets for her Disney pins. And we're just in there looking around. I'm videoing, I'm doing all my little thing. And all of a sudden I walk over to Sarah. I say, hey, you find anything? She goes, oh my God. And I look, and there's this guy's back, and I'm like, that's Nate. She goes, you have to say hi to him. I was like, okay. So we go and talk to him a little bit and get to talking to him. And then of course my wife is like, we love you. You're so funny. I was like, so Sarah's like, I'm such a weirdo is what she said. She's like, I told him we love him. And I was like, whatever, we do. But anyway, I'm sitting there talking to him, and I said, hey, listen, before I forget, just because we have to, my buddy Zach is going to be so upset that I've met you twice now. And I said, could I get you to do a little video real quick? And he 100% did it. And I guess that's,
awesome.
I sent it to Zach, and Zach's like, you dirty dog. But it was so funny. He was like, Zach, sorry you couldn't be here. Anywho's. He's
like, I died. He said it all. And like Jason was like, he was more than ecstatic to be able to do this for you.
Yes. I was like, sucker. I didn't mean it that way, but it was just so funny. But while I was talking to him, Sarah mentioned my hat I had on. And then I told him, I said, hey, I'd love to make you your own personal hat. And he goes, oh, I'd be honored. Oh, he's like, I'd be so honored. He's like, how he is. He's so nice. And I was like, well, I'll make some and see what you think. And so I came up with this design for his hats. And I thought this could go like right there. Just, it's subtle. It's not over the top, but it'd just be something that he could put on a black hat. So I sent it to him. He hasn't responded yet. We'll see, but
that looks cool though. That looks really
cool. It really does look good. Like I did it in a bunch of different colors, so he could choose like if he liked any certain type of one. So I gave him some options. So there's leather, there's olive, there's like a cream, different color, but I gave him some options. So we'll see. Who knows how cool would it be if he picked it up and said, I love it. And
that'd
then
be awesome.
And then maybe he'd get with Roosevelt's, and then they want to do a hat deal. So that would be sweet. But I don't care about all that. I just love to see him get a hat. So
yeah,
we'll see.
And I put it out into the universe, so the universe knows, and Nate knows that I'm going to meet Nate. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. We're going to make sure it happens.
All of this laughing is going to go away. I put the chat up here from Greg for quite a while now. It's been sitting there. But yeah, Nate started his channel by going around giving, and this was back when they still had the paper fast
The
passes.
paper ones. Okay, yeah, I remember those.
And you talk about, you know, a way of making people's days back then. That easily
yeah,
would have made a whole lot
Paper
of
fast passes. How did he even get paper fast passes?
That was back when they were still doing them.
But
It wasn't that long ago that they got rid of them. It feels that way.
yeah.
But
so he would have a fast pass to a ride and would give it to someone.
yeah.
Yeah, because they were
wow.
easy to get, right? You just went to the ride and pretty much got it.
Yeah, he was making magical moments for people.
Yeah.
Was what he was doing.
I've got to go back and watch his old videos and stuff. I've not watched some of the earliest ones. I saw some of him and his girlfriend and wife, I guess, at the time. And then, but he is such a positive guy. He's a lot like us, I would say. Like I think what we put out to everyone is we're positive and we're just, you know, I would say we're kind of goofy and corny in our own ways, but I think it's kind of endearing, I would say. You know,
well, we hope it's endearing.
I don't know. You never know.
We think it's endearing.
I know. I don't know. My wife says I'm annoying, but she married me, sucker. Yeah. But I don't know. I just he's a good dude. I would love to see us get to collaborate with him. And I told Zach, I said, listen, I'm putting it out to the universe. When he finally does respond to me and we get to talk to him, I'm going to get him on the Nerd Herd. It's going to happen.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
And your buddy, tell him he can get to Nate too. And just say, listen, if he got on here, do you know how huge that would be? That would be so cool. That would be the coolest thing ever. And then we could start that would be something that would be fun, is start inviting people that we watch to come on here. Like other people that do, like the Potter Collector, the different guys, like all the ones that are like there's a couple that I follow that actually message me back and forth that I haven't even thought about. Should I ask them to jump on our show? But I am going to.
You two are so good at connecting with people and, you know, putting yourself out there. I'm too shy. I gotta start trying to connect more with people and stuff, because that's been one of the things for one of my goals for this year is to try to collaborate more so with other people. So I was kind of glad in a way that, you know, we started doing the live streams and stuff, because again, to collaborate with you guys. But yeah, I need to start trying to put myself out there. And you guys have all these grand ideas. I love it. That's
well,
so cool.
Have I told y'all my Tim Tracker story?
No.
Okay, so I need to tell.
I don't think if I know it.
You probably do, but it's very on brand. So not last year, so not 2024, but 2023, from the month of September, pretty much the whole month of September, I met pretty much everybody that we watched on a regular basis in the month of September.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I went to Dragon Con and for the first time
on here.
Yeah. Are you talking, Greg? Are you talking about Crazy Joe? Get Crazy Joe on here? We could. This would be right up his alley of everything we talk about. So I met Ryan, and in meeting Ryan, Crazy. So Crazy Joe. Greg,
Cracky.
We need to have Greg on here and talk about all the games. Greg would be our retro king.
Oh yeah.
But I met Greg, I met Ryan, I met Adam the Woo, met Tampa J, Chris the Girl, all of them at Dragon Con in 23. And then fast forward to the end of September, we have our fall break.
Oh, I remember now. Yeah, I know.
And we go on a cruise,
mm-hmm.
and the trackers are on this cruise, and we literally see them as we're going through like the onboarding process. Like they are there, we're there at the same time. Now, here's the difference between meeting the trackers and meeting everybody else that I met. The whole family was with me when we met the trackers, which meant nobody had been prefaced on, okay, listen, this is how Chad's going to be. This is how Ty's going to be. At first,
Uh,
there's no issues with the trackers. They're super nice. We take pictures with them. You know, they're talking to me, they're talking to Jess, talking to the boys, and both boys really wanted to play with Jackson, their oldest son, who they're both older than, but you know, they've seen him on TV, wanted to play with him, etc. This is a week-long cruise. Okay. It's a Disney cruise, so it's a big cruise. But when I tell you that every time we saw Tim Tracker, Ty goes, "Hey, Tim. Hey, Tim. Hey, Tim." Every time. When I tell you he sees him in the bathroom,
no.
"Hey, Tim.
Oh,
Hey, Tim."
hey, Tim.
Oh, not in the bathroom.
I was not with him for this one. Chad went with him to the bathroom. They come back to the table. Chad goes, "Dad, you're not gonna believe what Ty did." And I'm like, "Oh God, what did Ty do?" And yeah, okay, yeah. And let everybody be a Ty. There's no fear in Ty
Ty
whatsoever.
gang. Oh, Ty gang.
Like, "Hey, Tim. Hey, Ty." Yeah, just good job. Good job.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, I don't think I knew that much of the story.
yeah.
I didn't know that. I do remember y'all meeting them on the cruise and stuff, so that was cool.
But
Yeah,
I will say,
Josh used to be the kind of funny. Josh is very sarcastic. So like he's like when I met Nate the first time, Josh was there and he was like, "Yeah, I'm really sorry. My parents made me chase you down like a wild animal." He goes, but I've watched them downstairs watching you for like an hour or two in the mornings on the weekends. Like if he drops new videos, I usually watch that one plus go back and watch one of the older ones. So he was like, "I'm sorry, my parents are weird." But
yeah, we have our like routines of when people get watched. Like when we're eating dinner, it's Adam the Woo time. We're gonna sit and we're gonna watch Adam's video of the day, and then after that, we'll if the trackers have a new video, we'll watch that, or if Chris the girl has a video, we'll watch that. But bedtime is sacred time. Bedtime it's either Nate or it's Floor and Ryan, and that's it.
oh
It's
yeah,
one
That's
or the
cool.
other. That's who we are ending our day with. So like Nate doesn't have a new video out. Ryan released a new video today, so we will watch Ryan and go to bed tonight.
I was trying to think.
You guys get relegated to when I have time to watch y'all
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, that's fine.
after
Yeah,
school.
Dixie thinks it's so funny because I'll sit there and I'll be like, "All right, let me see what's on YouTube." And she's like it's a TV channel or something. But I was like, "Gotta check my YouTube first before I go to another streaming service. See,
That's
who put out a new
absolutely what it
video."
is. Like I'll watch Azkhalon's videos as we're getting dinner together. So Jess is laughing from the kitchen at angry Azkhalon or whatever else is going on, and then I'll watch Greg's stuff typically while she's busy because unless there's typically it's got to be something that'll catch her eye with Greg's stuff, with it being so retro.
Yeah.
For the most part, that pulls her in. Like it's easy to get Ty to watch Greg's videos with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really into the retro games.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
As this is the video. If I can get the sound to go through, you got to see it.
To say hey to you, and you're gonna hate me. I know this is twice now, but you're gonna hate me.
Oh,
Hey friends,
yeah,
I
you
should
said
say, hey
in the,
Zach,
our
thanks for
thread,
watching
yeah.
the video. Sorry I missed you, but hope you're having a great day. Anywho's, bye.
Yeah, I was busy teaching, so I think I had to get caught up on all that.
Hey, does this count as having Nate on the podcast or on the show? Because we technically just had Nate on.
I think
Oh yeah.
Well, listen, it's going to happen in 2025. Nate is going to be on our show. So go ahead and start watching us now before we get too big, people. And we start getting all these people on here, and you're going to I remember those guys. But listen, I've told you guys that as you've got to start thinking bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger. Think big, try hard things, do hard things. Zach is starting to buy in a little bit. Like Like
I'm just getting lucky. That's what's happening right now. Zach,
luck is opportunity met
sometimes
through hard work.
that's the way it happens. I mean,
Luck
I've
is
had a
nothing
few
more than
opportunities fall
opportunity
into my
met
lap.
through
So.
resilience. Opportunity is all that is taking advantage of opportunities. There's nothing luck about it. Luck is putting yourself in the right position at the right time, asking the right questions, being the right type of person, being kind. God blesses us in weird. Now, I'm not saying bringing Nate to our show is a blessing, but I'm saying it is, and it's going to happen. I'm just going to tell you it's going to happen.
I love that.
I think if we put our mind to it and start deciding we're going to reach out to some content creators, I think you'd be surprised at how many people would come on to even they don't. Who cares if we've got, I don't know how many views, 100 views, 200 views, whatever it ends up being, 60, 30. I don't care. To be honest with you, that doesn't matter to me. I'm hanging out with two amazing guys and we're talking about cool stuff that I want to talk about. And you don't have to be at my house. I don't have to be at your house. Yeah. And my wife doesn't have to clean up for you guys to hang out with me.
Right. That's the big.
That's the bonus. Like if I invite friends over here to hang out, my wife's like, really? I have to clean. Really?
Jess is the same way. You know, she cleans for the cleaning lady. So
yeah, I brought Zach a hat. Literally as like, I thought, well, he wants me to let me know the dogs are there. So he's going to get the dogs ready. I bring this hat to him and he's probably going to like, hey, come in. I was like, no, I don't need to come in. Whatever. He meets me at my door of my car. He's like, thank you. All right. Bye. I'm like, he was probably watching some YouTube video. It was bedtime.
I'm sure I was, because Jess was putting Ty to bed. So I'm sure I had somebody
your
on.
Your wife is probably like mine. When I said, I'm coming over to bring your hat, your wife's like, do not invite him in. My wife, I'll go ahead and tell you, she loves everybody. But when I start saying somebody's coming over, she goes, do not invite them over. And I'm like, I'm going to let you talk to him. Tell him you don't want them to come in. And she's like, I don't want them coming in. I mean, and our house is legitimately 95% clean all the time, right? But if there's a sock, a hair from a dog, my wife's like, has to deep clean. I don't get it, but whatever.
We have a lot of animal hair, but we also have Tornado Ty and
Tornado.
He's got two names. We have Tornado Ty and we have Tyrannosaurus. And doesn't matter which one you call it, he wrecks the house. And so,
T-Rex.
So Dixie throws it. Well, that's all right, Dixie, because we don't want to drive the 2.5 to 3.
No, I'm cool.
Yeah, you gotta drive a minute to come see me.
We'll meet y'all in the middle.
I'm okay. I'm okay with hanging out with people online like this and not having to deal with all the cleaning, because
and you're in the comfort of your own home.
Yep. The honeymoon gets really
any gas money.
And we can invite as many people as we want. They can all show up in the chat.
How many on this app can we get right now in the free version? 6?
I think it's 6. Yeah, I think it's 6. Maybe I'd have to look. I know in the basic package it jumps to 10. We would never need that big a number, but I mean,
I figured it would at least be 4.
Interesting people on here to avoid. Like, we invite one other person other than us. This will fill the square. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. 4 seems to be the magic number.
We could have special guests join us.
Yes.
On the channel. Of
course, if somebody really big wants to stay on our show and do it every week, hey, there we go. Look at it. When y'all going to have
Dixie called the ladies out.
Sarah said she would do it. She said not tonight, but she did say today. I said, hey, how are you feel about being on the show with the wife? She goes, oh, that'd be fun. I'm like, okay.
I'll talk to Jess about it tonight. She's off having dinner with the girls right now. So I did bring it up. I don't remember what she said. But I will let y'all know. Hopefully I can get her on, because all I'll have to do is say that Dixie's fine and that even Sarah's fine. And even Sarah, once I say even Sarah's fine, maybe that'll be enough. But
something funny that I will say about Nate is that, he's a bigger guy. He's like me. We're bigger guys, but like, I don't know that there's times on video he looks like he's bigger than he is. Like, he's a huskier guy, but he's not really. he's not a big guy at all. He's just he is a bigger guy, but I think truly the camera does make it appear to be a little bit bigger than he is. He's a bigger guy, but like I didn't think he looked like in his videos. Sometimes he looks a little bigger, but he didn't look that way at all in person.
Yeah, they say the camera adds what, 20 pounds or whatever?
It can.
30. 30.
30?
Oh.
Is it that much? Oh,
Well, and then, you know, certain angles are going to make you look bigger anyway.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, because at first I didn't think that was him, and I knew.
and if you're eating, that only makes it worse.
And dropping food on your chest.
Yeah.
He says every time he's like, I don't want to get this on me. I want to get this food on me. And they say, well, there we go. It's on me.
And he wears some nice shirts too. So
He really does. Those Roosevelt shirts are pretty nice.
Yeah.
I know.
So I put what Greg said in the chat up here, Jason, so that you could see it for sure. But yeah, that's Adam the Woo's motto. I'm pretty sure, and Greg can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he has that tattooed like right here across his chest too.
Wow.
Really big, so he sees it. But and you know, y'all have told me for a while, you guys as well as folks like Greg and Ryan, you know, that not just commitment but consistency has been a key too. And you know, before I had that kind of preached to me, when it comes to content creation, I was uploading videos whenever. You know, there was no rhyme or reason. If I had something, I was going to upload it, edit it, get it out. But now that I have gotten into this pattern of, okay, I'm putting out a video Monday afternoon and Thursday afternoon. And this week I changed that to mornings just because I could get it out earlier being off.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've seen growth. Like
I need you to stay on top of me too, because I preach it to you. And it's like I have not been doing it myself. So
consistency.
I'm being a liar.
Consistency on YouTube is definitely key. Because I notice when I get busy and I don't post for like a week or maybe two, I see, you know, way less views than normal usually on the videos. And it usually takes a couple of videos for me to pick up steam if I start being consistent again. But this whole school year, for some reason, I've just been not as consistent. I mean, some weeks I'll get 3 or 4 out, then I'll get 1 out, and then maybe go almost 2 weeks before I get another video out. So,
well, I get it, because if I was still coaching, there's no way I would be able to do as much as I'm doing. But on the same hand, if I was still coaching, I wouldn't have the time to go to all the things that I've been able to go to and film as well.
I'm so proud of you, and I know how much you loved coaching. I'm so proud of you for letting that go for your family and for yourself, because you know, I know it's hard, and I know as at some point you're going to experience it, but like you'll find that when you have a lot of time that you're gone. I mean, it's not, I'm not saying it's not worth it, because it is worth it. It's just, it's tough, because you'll find that there's a lot of stuff that will open up once you stop doing that too. So,
well, like today, you know, I had a track meet. And I love coaching track, but I was gone 9 to 5 today, and Saturday is usually one of my big recording days.
Yeah,
because I usually edit throughout the week, and I try to record things on the weekend when I have more time. And so that's been hard. I'm actually giving up football next school
Good for
year.
you.
So I'll have the fall free, and so hopefully I can, you know, get a lot of stuff recorded and, you know, be able to stay consistent once indoor track season starts and go into outdoor. And I'm hoping eventually too, you know, we can bring in some coaches to where I don't even have to do indoor. I can kind of step back during the indoor season and just focus on the outdoor, because that's what our head coach did at the previous school I was at. I actually took over indoor for him as one of his assistant coaches. And then, you know, we all coached outdoor together. So I'm hoping I can eventually get to that point, but we'll have to see. But
there's not a ton of money in the coaching, that's for sure.
So, I do it because I love it. Because
no, I don't think any of us got into coaching for the money. I mean, that was just another way for us to impact kids.
Absolutely. I would tell you that, you know, I feel like this is also Zach said, since you took the kids to Sir Henry's, what scary movies have you shown them?
Oh yeah, we got to hear this.
Oh yeah.
So it really all depends on your definition of scary. Like both kids have grown up with, you know, Scooby-Doo, which is kind of, in my opinion, that's like the show. If you're wanting to dip your toes into kind of the scary, spooky waters, it's got to be It's got to be that. It's got to be Goosebumps. It's
Oh,
got
yeah.
to, you've got to ease them. Like when we were kids, we had Are You Afraid of the Dark? And that was like the watermark of can you handle this or not, was if you could watch like Are You Afraid of the Dark or Erie, Indiana, or shows like that were supernatural.
So weird.
Guys, we had Friday the 13th. We had Freddy Krueger. We had there was no.
We had that
none
too.
of that.
We had that too. We're not that old. I mean, that young.
That was the intro. That was the intro level. Exorcist was around when I was a kid, so you had intro. Like Nightmare on Elm Street was like an intro for us, and that's horrible.
It scarred me.
Oh yeah, when I was a kid. Yes.
Tim Curry. No, see that I wasn't able to ever finish that movie. I did watch the remake, but I've never gone back to finish it because it scarred me.
I think Dixie and I went back and we watched it a few years ago.
We all watched Five Nights at Freddy's as a family.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie.
Okay.
When we watched it the weekend it released on Peacock. We sat down and we watched it all together. Chad has definitely watched more scary movies than Ty. Yeah. I'm not sure what he's watched. I know he's watched like shorts and stuff. Like he loves Sam from the Trick or Treat series, but I know he hasn't seen the full Trick or Treat movie.
Okay, that's a good one. That's the one with the multiple stories.
Yeah,
I like that movie. I need to watch that.
What if I got on here and was like, "We've all watched the Terrifier movies"? But
no, I haven't even seen those. I've been kind of leery of those a little bit.
Oh, the Alien 2 is probably one of the best. It's in my top 10. Alien 2 is amazing.
Jason, I've got to call you out for that. It is nobody calls it Alien 2.
It's Alien.
It's Aliens. It's Alien and then Aliens.
Well, you know me. Listen, I'm good. I'm doing good to remember the name.
This is true.
See, I'm
so bad at that.
I like Aliens, but it's not as scary as that first one. That first one, with them being trapped in that ship, that one. I'm with Greg on that one. Seeing that one for the first time when I was younger. Oh, yeah, oh man, just the whole build up too, I
don't know if y'all will count this scary, but if you think about it, it qualifies. Chad did watch Temple of Doom when he was fairly young.
Oh yeah, Temple of Doom. I watched that the other day for the first time. I've never seen it.
The guy pulls a heart out of his chest.
Yeah. That one was definitely a lot darker than the other Indiana Jones movies. Yeah, I finally watched that one recently.
And the Lost World, like the Jurassic Park series, there's some scary stuff in those.
There we go. Both boys have seen all the Jurassic World movies.
Those are kind of scary.
And the OG Jurassic Park. So yeah,
I was about to say, I hope you at least showed them the OG Jurassic Park because first.
The new one's going to be amazing. I'm excited they're going back to an island. I didn't like all the going into the United States and being in that mansion. It was okay, but I'm glad we're going back to the island.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about
Scarlett Johansson.
I saw that Scarlett Johansson's in it. I've seen the trailer and I'm kind of like,
see, Azkhalon, that was me. But here's what I will say, and here is why I have no problem going to see this.
Oh, I'm going to see it.
That was shown as a preview before Captain America. And out of all the previews we saw, the entire time that one's on, Jess is sitting beside me and she's turning to me going, that's all I need for her to be interested in a movie. All right, we're going to see it. Absolutely. Because she doesn't get that way. I
don't know how old you guys were when that movie came out, because I was probably 18, 19, 20 when it came out.
I was 8.
Yeah, I was about to say
it came out in
93. Yeah, so we were about 8. Yeah.
I just remember because I worked at Spencer Gifts. And we had,
of course you did. That may be the greatest fact ever.
I was a manager of Spencer Gifts.
Wow.
So, yeah. And the cool thing is, what's awesome is our Spencer's was right beside the movie theater, and Lois, who ran the movie theater, who was like the owner and all that stuff at the movie theater, she had watched me since I was a little kid. So when I started when I was a manager at Spencer Gifts, they were not there until 3 o'clock on Thursdays. And so when the new movie reels would come in, Lois came in one time. She said, "Jason, would you let them bring the movie reels and leave them here at the store for you? We'll come over and grab them." I said, Lois, anything for you, anything. And she was like, okay, well, because y'all are doing that, you and everybody who's employed here and letting me do this, you can go to any movie you want as many times as you want. And when you come in, bring a Spencer Gifts bag and a cup. We'll fill it up with popcorn and give you a drink.
Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
telling you, for 8 years, and even after those 8 years that I worked in the mall as a manager, I got in the movies free. I mean, I would go in with Joshua and Sarah, and I'd say, hey, will you tell Lois I'm here? She'd say, y'all go ahead and go. And I watched movies on Thursday nights, brand new. So I got to see Jurassic Park on a Thursday night before Friday with the theater and stuff. I mean, we would
That's
order
fantastic.
like Pizza Hut from down the hall from the mall, and they brought it all down there. So all the employees from like Pizza Hut, they were our buddies. We had Pizza Hut, we had cookies, the cookie company. So we had cookies, pizza, Cokes. I
You were
was
living the
spoiled to
life,
death.
Oh,
man.
yeah, that's really cool.
I never wanted to, I didn't want to go to college. I was like, I've got the best job in the world. I mean, really and truly. I mean, I was king of the world, man. That was the cool. Everybody wanted to come there. It was a cool store to go to, and everybody wanted to work there. So I could just pick and choose, fire people that were lazy, and it was awesome.
You had a dinner in the movie theater before that became like a big ordeal.
Oh yeah, and it's true. Like this is still when the theater was like a huge deal, and the arcade up the road. Like all the buddies all my buddies ran the arcade, and I'd go up there and they'd say, hey, what game you want to play? And they'd open it up and put 20 credits on there because I knew I could play that for like 30 minutes on my break. It was the best job in the world, man.
Cool.
I mean, it's almost as good as PE, but it was solid, which, I don't know. I love that. And we get all the cool stuff. Like when Star Trek would come out, a new movie for Star Trek, I still have every uniform from Star Trek that I got, like the movie versions of.
Oh, that's
we
cool.
would wear them at Spencer's. Like I had them all with the magnetized things with the little the communication pins and everything.
Did y'all get like did you ever collect like those cutouts, those cardboard cutouts with the
I never
movies?
get the cutouts, but like
Okay.
But I got all of the Star Trek stuff. Like there was a couple of special figures that came out that were exclusive to Spencer's, and only certain stores got like one of like 50 boxes. You'd get one of like it was I think it was there was a Jean-Luc Picard figure that came out, and it was exclusive to Spencer's. And we got one in, and my district manager calls and he goes, hey, you guys have a box of those Star Trek figures coming in, and I'm a huge guy, but no one has gotten it. Did you get it? And I was like, yeah, we did get it. And I already sold it. I lied to my district manager because I was like, I'm a Star Trek fan. Like I bought it. I'd already gotten it. I'd already bought it. So he was like, I'm coming to your store. You need to have that because I'm taking that. And I said, sorry, but it's already gone. My district manager was ticked because that one was worth quite a bit of money, but I'd already bought it as soon as it came in. I was like, I'm buying this, What a great job, man.
The perks of being the boss.
Well, that reminded me of when I worked at CVS. I worked at CVS when I was in college, and I remember when Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince came out, and we got a box in of a few copies early before the midnight release. And so I bought one. I called my store manager before I closed for the night because I was like an assistant manager, shift supervisor, and he allowed me to buy it. And so a couple of my buddies, we went joyriding to Books A Million, and we were like holding the book out the window and various things, and people were waiting in line. They were like, "How did they get that already?" Well, it turns out though somebody online spoiled the ending for me like a day later, so I guess that was karma for me doing that.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I used to love. We used to get in some stuff from time to time at CVS, and it was really cool getting to buy it early or getting a copy of it through CVS because I worked there.
Man, I don't have any cool stories like that. Just working in aquatics, there wasn't anything special or new that I got in.
Wait, you worked in aquatics? What did you do?
Yeah, I was a lifeguard and a swimming.
I was gonna say, you don't have any saving people stories, or?
And I was a lifeguard trainer for a long time. Like
Nice.
Before KSU closed its original pool, because I know they have a pool again now, but I was like the aquatics coordinator at KSU during college. Like I oversaw the pool and the schedule and stuff like that. But then they got rid of the pool, which worked out perfectly for me because they made that decision when I was starting to student teach. So I was going to have to step away anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't have any cool, awesome stories like that.
We'll have to get you to next time you're at the beach, do a video of you doing the Baywatch run and throwing your thing out and diving in the water and hitting you right in your nose.
Oh, you got to put the music to it too. The theme song.
I'll get my Hasselhoff on. Just give me a little bit of warning so that I can go on the Jason diet and look a little better before I hit the beach.
You know the scene where they jump in the waves. Like I always thought that is like all my friends used to joke about when they did the scene where the guys dive into the water, but the wave hits them right in the no square. And I'm like, if you've ever tried to dive into a wave and that wave just hits you in that area, but this guy just dives in like it's no big deal. And I'm like, it's very big deal. I bet you that hurt a lot, actually. I got to see that, Zach. You got to throw your thing and jump into the water. I got to see it. I got to see that.
Make sure you don't belly flop either.
I worked at a pool. I'd never worked at the beach. I never worked at whitewater or a water park or anything like that. I was always, at an aquatic center or at a YMCA.
Yeah.
Or even neighborhood pools. So I never had a super big area to oversee. But yep, that's what I did all the way up until I started teaching. And then I carried the swimming thing over. I was
about to say, that's how you became a swim coach, right?
I mean, there was a 5-year break between it, though, before I got my chance to coach swimming.
Oh, okay.
But
it's so good.
But then I got to do that for a decade, so that was great.
So I guess you laugh when you go to university and you see it's so crazy to watch those people work the pools. Have you seen that when they do the lifeguard stuff for the pool people by the
I mean, a little bit walking by. We never go to the pools whenever
we walk back and forth.
Vacation.
Have you seen
that?
Never
gone to Volcano Bay?
No.
Dude.
We've never done the water park.
Dude, no, y'all have to make plans. That is by far the greatest water park I've been to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I just saw they for pass holders. So Jason, I know you're one. They've got they're doing like nights there. Like they're having like night parties at Volcano Bay now.
I gotta do that because they close at 5 almost every day, 5 or 6 at the latest.
Yeah. So night event there, you gotta it's like when a night event happens at Animal Kingdom.
There's stuff way worse than feet when you go there. Those people that come from like Europe that have no shame in their game.
None. Yeah, none.
Interesting things. Like, matter of fact, it's things we talk about to this day. Like we were at the parks this time. Funniest thing happened, and it'll probably embarrass my buddy Jesse, but our wives were there and we were walking. It was just started raining and all these people were trying to run in out of the rain. Well, this one lady comes running by, and I mean, it had just been raining and it was kind of cool. And she comes running by and I'm talking to my buddy Jesse's wife, and we turn and we make eye contact with this lady who's running by. And I mean, this lady hardly had anything on. Right. And so Jesse looks, he noticed it. I noticed it. And Jesse goes, instantly, both of our heads are like going, like we didn't see it or something. And our wives were like, okay, we know you guys saw that. We're like, we have no idea what you're talking about. But like, it was so funny. We both made eye contact, me and Jesse both, and we both went and looked away at the same spot. And our wives turned and they were like, I was like, I'm telling you, I don't know what y'all talking about. But when we were at the water park this one time, there was a guy that came through and he had to be from Brazil, but he was definitely a lot of beans, no Frank, but a lot of beans. And our wives are like, that is not real. I was like, yes. And he had a Speedo on and it was horrible.
I was about to say, did he have a Speedo?
It was horrible. Like your wife would have died if she had seen that.
Hey, now that kind of stuff I've seen a lot of in aquatics. So yeah.
Yeah. A lot of Speedo stuff. So, We used to joke around about me and all my buddies said we were going to wear Speedos to Universal the next time, and our wives would die. They would not let us out of the house. No
What,
way.
Well, I mean-
what I will say about water parks, and as much as we love them, is there's not a single water park that's very handicap accessible.
No.
Because Chad dies at water parks. You know,
Yeah.
when we go to Universal, Disney, etc., you know, for the longest time we got strollers for the boys until they got too old. Well, you know, Chad's at the age now where literally we have to rent a wheelchair for him for the day because he can't do all that walking. Like he needs that to get it through the day. And water parks, he just can't do it. Like we could rent him a wheelchair, but like I'm having to carry him on my back up the stairs.
and
Oh,
stuff.
I can't even imagine that. That's
So like I'm enjoying it, but I'm getting a heck of a workout when
Oh
we
my
go
God.
to the water parks because he's having to rely on me to get him up these huge because they don't have elevators or
that's
anything
one thing
like
I
that.
don't like. I honestly, until you mentioned it just now,
Yeah, I
That-
didn't even.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think.
I did
about
not
that.
even realize that. But listen, I would say most of us are about 90% close to being dehydrated. Most of us anyway, especially at our age, we don't drink enough water. But like if I walk up and down those steps at those things and I get down there, I will get a cramp so quick. And my wife's like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Well, I'm not drinking enough water. I'll get a cramp." But I can't imagine what Chad goes through or
Yeah.
you trying to carry him up those steps. That's crazy, Zach. That's
Well,
crazy.
I mean, that's
When
one
he was
thing. that
little,
caused
not so
my-
much a big deal, but he's bigger now. I mean,
he is bigger, and now that luckily I haven't had to do it since he's gotten his tube and gained some weight. But because it would destroy me now. I mean, I just think back. That's part of the reason why I had my fallout moment at Six Flags this past summer was because it was hot.
Yeah.
I was way dehydrated, and I had been pushing him around in the wheelchair all over that park, which is a super hilly park. But
at Disney, do you get him an electrical one?
no, we always just get him the regular one, and we'll just push him through that. And I mean, we've never had
that electrical one. I mean, I know is that a free thing or is the other one, or all of them cost a little bit?
They all cost.
Yeah.
Like we actually have
more.
We went ahead and got our own wheelchair for him now. Like we purchased one before we went. Where was it we went to? I can't even remember where we went that we got it, but we purchased one ahead of time. So now I don't think we'll have to rent one anymore. We'll just bring the one from home and drive it around everywhere if they'll let us. But we'll see. Yeah. Luckily, we don't have anything like that coming up anytime soon. I'll have at least until
fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, if we go to Universal when that happens, we'll rent something there. And Ty is always awesome at helping out and being willing to carry stuff. So
that's good.
He's getting bigger too, so he can push him around.
Oh yeah, there you go. But I was thinking about earlier, not to change the subject. Well, I was going back to what we were talking about earlier. Y'all were talking about what y'all see in the water parks with people, how they dress and stuff. I mean, regular parks like Universal especially. I mean, you see some crazy stuff.
I don't see it. I always go like this.
Oh no, Dixie and I talk about it. We're like, did you just see that?
Oh, Sarah looks
like,
around. She's
they gotta be from Europe.
Sarah look at me and go, I'm like, what do you want me to do? I'm here. I'm a people watcher. That just had to be one of the people.
Dixie really does not like the girls, especially the younger girls walking around with the shorts so short, like booty cheeks. There you go. She commented on it at the same time I'm talking about it. But yeah, like she always talks about how gross that is whenever she sees that and stuff.
I always say, and I don't like to wear sunglasses unless I have prescription sunglasses. And the only ones I have that are prescription are my fishing sunglasses. And so I'm usually just wearing my glasses with a hat. So, and of course, I always know if my wife has seen something because she goes back and she looks at me. And I'm like, what are you looking at me for? I don't know what you're looking for. I mean, I'm just walking.
What did I do?
What did I do? I mean, can I not just see something that's like, wow, okay, there you go. There you go.
See something, say something, Jason.
You
I don't say
definitely
anything. If
yeah,
I
you
see
never-
something, I don't mention it to my wife. I'll tell you that because she'd be like, oh, so you were looking. I was like, I'm observant. I saw it.
I typically have it pointed out to me. That's
Do
what'll
you
happen.
really? Well, good for you.
Jess is pointing things out to me, or she's hoping the boys don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I used to have to tell Joshua, you're gonna see some things at this park. Some will be okay. Those will be good ones, but some are horrible, and they should not be wearing what they're wearing. And so sometimes we're in line. He was little. I'd go, Joshua. Now that one, not so bad. That one, major no. That one's a no. He's like, okay, I get it, Dad.
No, Dixie and I just pointed out to each other. We're like, did you see that? What are they wearing?
Now.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. Now that you guys aren't as old as me now, I'm just like, I don't even see it. Germex.
Yeah, that's something I wish they would bring back. the Germex after the rods and stuff.
Yeah, that was nice having the hand sanitizer before you got on and when you got off and stuff.
Until the end of COVID, when you got this like weird smelling bacterial gel that's like,
here's
you
what
would put that on your hand. You're like, what is this? This is not.
Here's what I'll tell you, which is funny, and I teach it to my classes now because I do it when we talk about memory and how smell is connected to memory and very strongly. And so that is something that always takes me back when I smell that really chemical antibacterial smell. It takes me back to COVID because that was the universal hand sanitizer. Was this generic?
Everything was out. I don't know if they were mixing it with. It was like embalming fluid. I don't know, but towards the end, my wife's like, "Do you want anything?" I was like, "Give me the COVID. I'm not putting that on my hands. That stuff smells like garbage. I don't want that on me." And it stayed on there, and you'd smell your hands. I was like,
for days, you'd smell it.
And then if you're at Disney, you'd smell nothing but that stink, and your hot mouth constantly.
Oh yeah, with the mask.
Gosh, it was misery. And we went a few times with the mask stuff. So
we went a lot.
Yeah, we went a few times. We went right after they reopened. And that was awesome. I got to ride Flight of Passage 4 times in a row. So
the best one was cool. Volcano Bay. Volcano Bay, you didn't have to wear that stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
You didn't have to. I mean, it was. I don't know why they didn't make.
Yeah, why? Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I guess because they'll get wet and stuff anyway. So
we did not have to wear that.
Been a choking hazard or like almost a waterboarding feeling.
Yeah,
100%. But I remember that. I thought this is misery, you know. And then if it came down just inches under your nose, they're like, "You need to lift that. You need to lift it
up." Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I remember. Yeah, the wet rides. Yeah, now that I do remember, I think Dixie just mentioned it. Yeah, you did have to. You took them off for the wet rides.
Take them off the wet rides, yeah. Or if you had a drink in your mouth. So I just walked around with a straw in my mouth a lot of times.
Well, there was one time though. At first, I think they made you stay. You had to stay still if you were.
You had to be stationary.
You couldn't walk around.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I remember that. And they would say, "Sir, you," and I was like, "Leave me alone. I'm just trying to breathe right here.
I want a sip of water. Like I'm walking to the next ride. Can I not have water?"
That was so.
I'm so like I'm gonna pass out in your park if you don't let me drink some water.
I'm so glad we're past that, you know. And even though they've still got it, they're not doing that now. So I think
I love how you still see like little traces. Like I haven't been to any other parks.
They still wear masks in there.
But they still have like the distancing stuff and the queues. Some of them, some of the rides,
nobody enforces that, but they've left it there.
Now I do have to say I did enjoy the social distancing because I hate when you're in line and somebody's like right behind you, you know, and it's tight. And I was like, oh yeah. So I ended up on one of our pictures for the Haunted Mansion, and I was totally drinking a Coke on that ride with my mask pulled down. I'm glad we didn't get like. I think we had passes at the time. I'm glad they didn't like revoke them or something.
Oh yeah,
I'm breaking all the rules.
I was doing it too. I was
hot and I needed something. And I was like, I'm in a haunted mansion. It's dark. They're not gonna see me.
Yeah, I'm not a rule breaker, but I'm a rule pusher.
You're gonna find where that line is and walk it.
Little, but Joshua, my son is like Mr. Rule follower to a T, and he's like,
That is
Dad.
Chad.
He's
That
on me. He's
is
like,
Chad.
Dad, come on, Dad, put that back up right now. I'm like, son, if you say to put my mask up one more time, we're fighting. Leave me alone. I'm old. Let me breathe here, okay?
Yeah.
Little young kid. And I said, I've got to breathe. I cannot sit here and do this. And then the worst thing is, like, you'd be out in public and didn't have a mask on or something, and you do a little cough, and it was like literally like from 28 days later, and people would go,
yeah, people like.
I remember when we first went back to school, and the kids
Yes.
would be coughing, and everybody would be like,
Look,
yes,
when they started lifting the restrictions and stuff at the
Yes.
park, I would joke with Dixon. I did it a couple of times when people got too close behind me in line. I would start coughing.
oh, listen.
She was like, "Stop, cut it out."
Oh, I would
like,
have
"They're too
people.
close."
I would have people. I'd be on the phone if somebody was up on close to me. I'd act like I answered my phone if people were up on me, and I'd go. So you were negative? Okay, well, I'll check when I get home. I don't really feel bad right now. I'm probably fine. And I'd notice, I look back and people were going, "Brr, brr, brr." They were moving further and further back. But at this ride, we had several people during the ride at Universal. Where we had one guy, and he was from, I don't know where he was from, but he didn't speak English. So I don't know if he was from whatever country he was from, but every time we got around a corner, he would stick his head around the corner. And he would be on my neck. And my buddy Jesse, he would like close to us. I was like, why are you so close? You're on me. I can feel your breath on me. Like, he would lean around the corner and put his head around on your shoulder. And I was like, you are way too close, buddy. I just gotta go.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And surprisingly enough, I've never tested positive for COVID.
Oh,
knock
good for
on
you.
wood right now.
Yeah, knock on wood. Well, my
Knock
desk.
on wood.
Well,
I've had it
Yeah.
twice.
Oh wait.
We don't have to get into that, but I when all that was going on, Sarah made me go and get the very first shot, the first one, it was a 2-shot deal. I got the first shot and I got sick with it the very next day. So like, I got the shot, or maybe it's 2 days later. I got the shot and started feeling bad the next day, tested positive.
So you probably already had it.
I don't know, but I know that I had not had it for the whole time. Like, I'd been around people constantly and had it. I got that first shot, and I said, it's almost like accepting in the like, it's almost like it opened me up to it. And I was like, so I didn't go back and get the second one at all. And then as soon as I've had so many little stupid things happen to me since I got that shot. I mean, I had my right eye, my pupil is dilated. It blew out. My pupil blew out. Like, it didn't,
Man.
it won't close. That's why I have to wear glasses. Like, I don't normally wear glasses, but this eye, my pupil doesn't, it's dilated big and it will not shrink. Like, if I'm in light, it doesn't shrink. And and then I was getting a weird thing, like the right side of my face was swelling up. It was all on the right side of my face after I got that shot. So I don't know if it's that, but I know I didn't have any of those complications prior to that. And I was like, Sarah, I'm not going to get any more things from these people. I'm not doing it. I mean, if you have to store it at Walmart in sub-freezing temperature, and they said, you can't get this shot until we let it thaw out, I'm not doing it. That was so weird to me. And I was like, and I'm so skeptical of all that stuff anyway. I worry about it. And so anyway, I did not have a good experience with it, but I'm sure a lot of people have been fine, but I did not. I did not do well.
All right, fellas, we are pushing an hour and 40 minutes.
Lord, we have.
I didn't realize it's been that long.
This is the longest nerd herd for quite a while here, so we probably need to call it for some folks, because a lot of folks watching this on replay are probably like, "Wow, okay, we're watching a movie." Wait, Greg's put something great up here for us to hit before we sign off, because he is right. This y'all have seen this, I'm sure.
Queue.
They are getting rid of the virtual queue at Guardians and at Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Same Same day. I think it's happening this next week. So not 1st of March. I think it's Tuesday that they're both going down. So there will be no more virtual queues at Disney World once this is done.
So
like
force you to get the lightning lane.
So you got to buy the lightning lane.
So what are y'all's thoughts? I'll let y'all speak on this first, and then I'll give you my opinion as far as good thing or money grab.
I mean, I think everything they do is a money grab. So
True.
Yeah, I'm in that boat. I mean, they're gonna, but I mean, some people are going to buy the lightning lane, but it does force, people to make that decision. And I hate everything. Like, I was just thinking about the paper fast passes when we were talking about those earlier. I just hate everything being so concentrated on the phone. Like Dixie and I always talk about, like, we have to be on our phone so much when we're trying to enjoy this experience but we hate waiting in line, so we gotta get on our phones to try to get all this stuff. And
if your battery gets low today, you're screwed.
Yeah, it gives us so much anxiety waking up, early to try to get stuff and making sure that the internet is connected, or we got at least enough LTE, 4G, 5G, whatever, to make sure that we can do it. So, I mean, it's definitely a money grab. They want people to buy the lightning lane, and Dixie and I would be the ones that do it because we don't want to wait.
Yeah. But you can't do them more than one, and you have to wait.
Yeah.
If you schedule one at 1 o'clock and it's 11, you can't get anything earlier, and it's just a pain.
Yeah, it is. And it forces you to change your plans too.
Yeah. In the old days, you could pick 3 or 4 like in a row, and you could kind of go and set up your day. But like now, it's like if you set up one at 12 and it's 10, you've got to wait till that ride is over and to get something else.
And so when we're in line after we check in for one, we're already trying to get, the very next thing, and it's I wish they would go back to I think they're allowing you to plan ahead now, right?
A little bit.
And I haven't been for a while, but I used to love when we could get our 3, passes, whatever,
a couple months ahead,
60 days out, whatever it was. And, I love that. That took a lot of stress, out of the trip, because we already knew going there, we got this scheduled for this day. We got these 3. So we're going to rope drop this, and then we're going to go hit up all these other ones until it's time for us to go.
It's all a money grab. It's all a money grab.
Here's my answer to that question, or at least what I think about it. I actually think it's both. Is it a money grab? It definitely is, because you're no longer giving people that option of getting lucky. And so they're going to have to buy the premium lightning lane or whatever they're calling it now, because they've changed the name 2 or 3 times. But here is what I will say of why it's a good thing. And this is something that Jess and I both agree with. If I have spent thousands of dollars to come down here and I have one day at Epcot, and I want to ride Guardians of the Galaxy, by golly, if I want to wait 5 hours in a line to ride Guardians of the Galaxy, I should have the right to wait 5 hours in the line.
Yeah,
if that is going to make or break my trip, I don't want to have that opportunity taken away from me. Do I like when lines get that high? And no, of course not. But what we've seen, and you've seen it with Tron, when Tron got rid of the lightning lane, it never got that high. Like they were still circulating people through there. Now, did it get to 2 hours plus? Yeah, of course. But I think that's the mentality that we need to have. Is it okay to do virtual queue to start with? Sure. I don't think there's any issue with that. But I think what they're doing now of saying, hey, this was a limited time thing. Now we're going to general standby, but you can still get a light. That needs to be the way it goes.
We've not gotten to ride things because we couldn't get a spot. Several times we've gone. So I think it's a good thing in that sense. And you're right. If I want to wait an hour and a half, 2 hours for a ride, then whatever, that's fine. But you didn't even have that option before.
Like I know when we go and finally experience Epic, whenever that happens, I know for a fact we're going to be waiting in long lines, and we're not going to get everything done that first day. We can go open to close, and we're not going to do everything in the line. And I understand that, and I'm okay with that. But I'm going to go to what I want to go to first.
Yes.
Like we are gonna hit everybody's favorite number one thing and make sure that gets done. And then we'll do everything else the next time.
Well, that's what I love about Universal with the Express Pass. Like, if you choose to do that, you're good pretty much the whole day, and I like that. And I don't have to spend time on our phones, trying to plan things accordingly. And I just wish, and I know Disney tried to set, they set themselves apart from Universal, their competition, various things like that. I just wish they had a system more aligned with that.
Let me give you a tip on that. Do not do what we did this year, because we always go down there with people. So none of my friends get the Premier Pass. So we get like Express Pass after 4. Well, that's great unless you're with people that don't have that. And you're like, you don't be the jerk. It's like, I'll see you in about 45 minutes. So like we've had Premier this entire year, and I used it one time because we were with friends, and they got a ticket because their ride messed up. So they got like a fast pass to another ride.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, matter of fact, tomorrow morning, I'm going to get online and I'm downgrading our Premier because we didn't get to use the Halloween Horror Night ticket because we wanted to go on a night that wasn't a night. It's a specific night you have to go if you have the Premier Pass.
Yep. You can't use it just any night.
You can't. And so I'm telling you, I'm downgrading. So if you're looking to get Premier, it's more expensive and it's got limitations. Like we dropped Volcano Bay, added Premier, and then we've not even utilized it. So
they must have changed that then. Because I think
but y'all didn't go with anybody that didn't have it. Maybe
we didn't go when they had the Halloween Horror Nights included.
Yeah. When we had it, because they did do it then. Okay, we had Premier 3 park to park because and we mostly it would be the 4 of us, but sometimes we'd bring friends or things like that. But we made the most of it. We always used it and stuff like that. Like if people were going to come with us. Yeah. But if people came with us, we were staying at typically a Premier hotel. So we were getting Express Pass for everybody.
Big baller, shot caller. Hey, when you're paying $600 a night for your stay, you should get Express Pass.
Correct.
I'm down there staying at the ones. I'm like, hey, honey, I just got us a room for $82 a night at the Dockside Inn, baby. Which you don't get Express there, but
no,
I don't know. But
I don't get why you can't. When I was looking at Grand Helios, it's not coming with automatic Express.
I wonder if they're going to eventually do that.
That they have to.
Yeah,
I don't see any other way around it. You've got to do it.
I don't know how much they're charging a night, but it won't be as much as your Galactic Cruiser a night. I know that.
No, I will never say that I am sorry that I spent the money for that because
I feel bad for you.
No, again, those are memories I'm going to have for.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. When you sold your left toe and went, God, that was like, I mean, again, I love watching that video, but in my mind, I'm like, he could have went to Hawaii for
probably
easily. But again, you don't have that memory. So I'm like you. I mean, I spend money on things and I'm ridiculous. You see what I do. I buy $8,000 telescopes and I do stupid stuff. So I am bad about doing stuff like that too. But it's all about memories. It's all about that. If you look at it in the end, it's just money. But I don't know. It's all a money grab. I'm willing to give my money for those memories, but I want it to go somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Zach, you did make a good point about that. Yeah, like that makes things a lot better because it sucks going somewhere and this may be your only trip there for the year and you don't get to do something. You miss out on it because you weren't lucky enough to get that lottery.
It's like a lottery. Yeah, it was like a lottery.
For some folks, it may be the only trip ever.
Yeah.
I mean, think about these folks. So many people coming from out of the country and have saved for years, and you're going to tell them just because they
go do Hagrid, that's the only ride you wanted to do. I remember people didn't get to do Hagrid because they couldn't get into Hagrid, and their whole trip was down there to do that ride.
Yeah.
And Rise of Resistance, we got lucky one year and got it first one time, but I mean, I've heard of people going and not getting to go 3 times.
Well, So Dixie put in a comment for me to tell a story, and I don't remember it fully. She has a better memory than I do. But we went with my sisters, and we didn't get Rise of the Resistance. I guess they were doing a virtual queue thing at the time. And so she said Lakeisha, like that wasn't a typo. I said, I'm about to go complain. So instead of Karen, I was Lakeisha. So that's where what she was talking about there. But actually, yeah, you come in and tell it because I can't remember fully.
We get Dixie story time.
Here.
Come on, Dixie.
I guess you can hear me. Let me go get her.
Come on, Dixie. Come
Zach,
give us.
we were waiting for Rise of Resistance. Half of our party got Rise of Resistance entry, and hey, let's hear the story.
Okay.
Can y'all hear her?
Horrible. I'm sorry.
You gotta get closer to the mic, baby.
We can hear you.
Sorry, I look disgusting. All right. So we went to Hollywood Studios. It was our one day there. His sisters and brother-in-law and mom were there, and we were like, we're gonna do Rise of the Resistance. So we get up, we do the thing, we don't get the virtual queue. Raymond's already pissed. So the second one rolls around at like 12 or 1, whatever it was.
Yeah.
There's Gidget. Okay.
Hey,
the whole family's in here. Yay! And at 1, go in to do it again, and it still won't give it to us. It's like giving us like errors and just not letting us do it. So he goes to guest services, and they're like, oh, well, Greg, who is his middle sister's husband, is not added correctly to your party. Okay, mama, like at this point, Raymond was fierce, and I'm like, it's okay, whatever. I'm upset, but it's okay. Raymond is furious. So we all go try to like do things, and he goes up to the front desk and he starts throwing a freaking fit. And
not a bad fit because I'm a good guy.
Okay. Everybody else is,
but I'm logically telling them why this is stupid.
Everybody else is throwing a fit too, and he's like, "What are you going to give us?" Like basically, like what we have been trying to do this. It's not our fault that this was not correct in the app. The app does not show that it's not correct, whatever. And so they gave us like a free whenever pass or whatever. So we went on Tower of Terror. They said we couldn't go on Rise of the Resistance with the free pass. But he was so mad because it was our one day there together, and it was
horrible
Thanksgiving, and we were trying to spend the holiday together,
Yeah.
So there's
and my youngest sister was still in college, so
and so the whole thing was he was like, I didn't go Karen, I went Lakeisha.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was like, at the time I was like, I don't know when my sister will get to come back, but now her and my other sister, they go all the time now.
So, we do.
Yeah, they go more than we do now.
You don't even
though you went Lakeisha, you didn't get to ride.
So no, we didn't get to ride, but I did get a fast pass that we got to use for Tower of Terror. So
good job, LaFonda. All right, we have been on here almost 2 hours. We are going to let these poor people go. We are not going to make the mistake that we've made every week so far. Azkhalon, close out before Jason closes out.
Oh man, I was trying to think of something profound. I want to piggyback. I'm gonna piggyback off of Jason, anyways. The thinking big thing that really, that got me thinking. And the thing about us doing YouTube and doing these channels, we did put ourselves out there, and so just my advice to people is, if you're thinking about starting a podcast, starting a YouTube channel, just put yourself out there, just start doing it. And you'll see results eventually. Try to stay consistent, try to work on your craft, try to get better. Don't worry about having the best, items to start with. I didn't have the best setup to start with, and I'm still not satisfied completely with my setup. There's still stuff that I want to get and I want to work on, but I've been gradually, doing Zach. I've been gradually doing that. So yeah, just put yourself out there. I was always the type when I was younger, especially, like I could be an Imagineer right now, y'all. And that may be a story for another time, but just basically what I was getting with that is I was afraid to take risks when I was younger. I always wanted to be close to my family. When my parents divorced, I felt like I had to stay close to my mom and try to be, you know, the man in the family and various things like that. And it caused me not to take risks. And like, I had thought about starting a YouTube channel back in like 2012, 2013 in the young days of YouTube. And I kind of like wish I had, because who knows, you know, what I would be doing nowadays, you know, but it's never too late to start. Put yourself out there, you know, again, you know, be genuine, give it your all, you know, stay consistent, keep getting better, and things will work out for you. So that's my profound moment.
There you go.
All right, Jason.
Okay, so something that I heard today, it's not mine, but it's something I talk about all the time about. I always tell my wife and everybody when sometimes they're boo birds, you know, like, oh, this is so bad and nothing ever happens good to me. I always say things like, a long time ago, the prayers that you are praying, you're living right now. You're living the prayer that you prayed about, having life the way it is right now. You prayed about that at one time. So you are actually living something you prayed about right now in the present. Like you prayed that you one day would have a YouTube channel and do cool things, or that you would have some financial stability in your home, or that, you know, you'd have a wife, or you'd have a dog, and you'd have all these things. And you're living a prayer that's been answered. And sometimes we're not grateful, and we got to be a little more grateful for those blessings.
Yeah.
And then also in the same thing you said was that let's stop saying that one day. Let's always keep saying the day when it happens. We'll look back and go, this is something we talked about. This is something that we knew was going to happen. It's there. It's going to happen. We just haven't done it yet. And I always say it's always a yet thing. It's coming. Those things that we talk about and put it out in the universe, like Zach, I always tell him, don't think small, Zach. You are bigger than you realize, and you're putting limitations on yourself that no one else sees. I don't see those limitations. I think you're just opportunities are coming and you're just not seeing them, or maybe you're not putting yourself out there for them. But also listen to your own advice. For me, I can tell all my friends, hey, you need to do this. And sometimes I get lax, like I'm doing this hat stuff. And so I've not been doing videos and things like that for my YouTube channel, because I'm trying to, you know, build this hat thing, which will then give me a little bit more financial means to do other things. So I'm kind of sacrificing one for the other, but I am living that put myself out there kind of thing, and never believe that there's limitations to yourself. And you know, and then also just be a positive person to the people around you that think negative. Don't buy into their crap. You know what I'm saying? When people are saying, oh, this is always bad, this is so bad. And my wife gets mad when I do this to her, but I always tell her, you have got so much that you need to be thankful for. And you need to realize that, you know, when I was a little kid, my life was dysfunctional and messed up. I would have never dreamed that I'd be doing the things and be exposed to the things I'm exposed to now. I should be I'm an anomaly. And so, and I know I'm a weirdo, whatever, I accept it, but I'm glad that I'm around like-minded people. But I still want you guys to start to keep thinking big, because your potential is even bigger than what you see, because I can see what you don't see. I see as your channel should be massive, and it will be, but it's just not yet, but it will be. Zach, you're a great dude. You do great things, and you're fun to watch, and you're smart, and you're witty, and all these things. I just don't think you see it as much as maybe myself and Az see it. So anyway, just know that there's other people watching, and just keep putting that stuff out there.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to say is going to piggyback off of both of y'all with this, because one thing we've talked about since we've been doing this, and really in 2025, we've all talked about setting goals for ourselves, and for, you know, it's a good practice for folks out there to set goals. And when we do this, when we think about the future, when we think about these plans, we think about setting goals, we all go into that, you know, one day mindset. One day this is going to happen. You know, one day I'm going to meet Nate. One day, you know, Nate's going to be on this, you know, and that's a mentality thing that's not bad, but we need to change it. And that's something that I've tried to tell myself is, let's get out of the one day and let's focus on the day one.
Yep.
So I'm claiming today
Ooh,
is
he's brought it
day-
tonight. He brought
day
it tonight.
one of setting those goals in motion, of making that happen. So
Yeah.
no longer
Love it.
one day. This is the first day. This is day one, and we're going to do things to get there, whatever that may be.
I
So,
love that.
so thank you everybody so much for hanging out with us tonight. You could have been anywhere. Could have been anywhere in the world. You could have been talking to your own nerd herd, but you chose to come out and hang with the OGs for 2 hours on a Saturday night. God bless you. Hope that you actually are able to go out and do something and have fun and aren't just old like us and suck inside. But but it's 10 o'clock. It's my bedtime. These two folks got to stay up later. But thank you. We hope you'll join us again next time. Maybe we'll have a special guest or a couple special guests with the wives next time.
I was gonna say
We'll-
three.
There we go.
We'll see what we can do. But until next time, guys, what's your why?
Why?
Peace.
Peace. Wait.